Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. So this is a video that I wanted to do. It's basically going to be my version of a Planner 101 at the very beginning. If you've seen my previous two videos now, you know that I'm brand new to this, so I'm kind of documenting everything as I go along, and I just want to share with anyone else who might be a little clueless or might not quite know where to find stuff or how to do stuff. And, you know, I just want to share any knowledge I get and any kind of ideas that I get. I think it's a great place to start. Originally, I was going to do like separate hauls for supplies and stuff, but I think I'm going to kind of work them in a few beginning videos, kind of show you things that might come in handy, because I know one of the biggest issues is the planner itself is, you know, it's not exactly just dirt cheap. So you may or may not necessarily have money that you're able to just go buy tons of accessories with. But of course you want it to be beautiful and you don't want to have to go back to weeks that have already passed. So I totally understand that, and I just want to share a few finds that I've had and a few ways to inexpensively kind of get a jump start on it. So that's why I decided to kind of start off with this video. And yeah, so I'll just kind of basically jump right in, and anything that I show that I have found from a blog or a file or anything, I'll make sure to put a link down below so you know where to find it and whatnot. So this is just a little mint green kind of folder that I've purchased to put basically like printed out stickers. I haven't made a cover for it just yet, but that's the beautiful thing about back to school season being pretty much right around the corner, is you're going to be able to start really finding things for storage and anything like that that might be relatively inexpensive. And you're going to find cute colors, cute designs, things like that. It's a great time to purchase. So I did go ahead and pick up this kind of a mint green folder. I know I've got like this like turquoisey background, so it might not stand out as well. And don't mind the Google thing. I didn't know where to put that. It's from when I used to be a YouTube partner with Google. And I did just kind of stuck it because it was in the folder with these that I actually took out of an old folder that I had. I don't remember where I got these. I'm sure it was Walmart or somewhere, but it just came with these different files with a 3-ring insert. And it has a few tabs in the back. I haven't gotten real crazy with it just yet. But this is for stickers at the moment that I'm printing, but don't have enough room to be able to do a hole punch like I did in this one. So this is just little labels that I've created for myself. I'm still kind of experimenting a little bit with that. Things are not coming out as beautiful as I want, but I am brand new to this. So when it comes to printing your own stuff, we'll start there. You could either buy pre-shaped labels, any kind of shipping label, Avery brand or whatever brand you like or used to. You know, you're going to put your template for that design so it knows your measurements on there. I've been kind of doing a copy-paste type thing. Like this particular sheet, I'm not very happy with it, so I may change it. I wanted to have something where I could do like a meal tracker as well as a water tracker of how much I'm drinking throughout the day. So I just put like a little clip art fork and spoon, and I put about 6 bottles of water. I know you're like supposed to drink 8, but it really, I mean, for me doing 6 would be a great improvement anyways. And I left a blank space. I'm actually going to put these at the kind of bottom of each day and write in what I want to fix for dinner. Sad as that is, my husband and I are very much the I don't know, I don't care people, and it drives me insane. I wanted something to kind of visually keep track, plus it'll help with budgeting for grocery stores, because if you know what you're going to get, you're definitely going to save money that way. But the other stuff is just not really anything fancy that I was worried about showing today. But this little stack of stuff I pulled out that I wanted to show. This is actually from a blogger, and it's Miss Winda, and it's D-U-H-H. I love hers. As weird as it is, it's very hard to find holiday-related stickers, especially online. And even though people might make a whole spread dedicated to Christmas or something, I wanted to have these cute little flags that would kind of fit for each holiday. So I'll actually put the link. She's got a lot of cool stuff. This is just the first one that I've really done. And this is also a sheet of sticker paper or a large shipping label. Pretty much the same thing. You're going to have your little things to peel it off on the back. But I printed this on the sheet of paper, and because I don't have the silhouette and all that fun stuff that will punch for me, I'm just going to have to go in manually and cut them with scissors as best as I possibly can. So for anyone that was ever wondering, that's basically how you do it, unless you just have the money to sink in for something like that. This is something I made for myself. Obviously there are copyright issues out there in the world, so you cannot, you know, necessarily distribute, sell, or anything. I don't claim to own any of the images, so just putting that out there. But these are little shows that I wanted to put their little logos down here, and most of them I printed 2 of them. Now, obviously it would take a lot of ink and a lot of paper to put, say the show Scandal comes on every Thursday. I don't want to put a sticker on every single Thursday necessarily. That would waste a lot of time, effort, and ink. But also I have a DVR, so I may or may not watch it the same night it comes on. It's not like I'm going to miss it. So the reason I chose 2 for most of these shows that are just your typical late night shows are because usually you start off, I'm going to put them on the date they premiere in the fall or whenever they do come on. But usually shows have that Christmas time hiatus for a month or 2 where they take that break and they come back the following year, and I just wanted to have one for each time when you have that break and you want to kind of mark when it's going to be coming back on anyway. And I thought they would be very pretty, a very cool thing. At the bottom I just did a couple of pretty much big movies that I know are coming out pretty soon, like Star Wars, Ant-Man, Mission Impossible, Mockingjay. I just want to kind of put those bigger movies that I know for a fact we're going to go to a theater to see. So this is just something I made for myself. I used the pages on my Mac computer and I just pretty much copy pasted, and it's just kind of an experiment to see how I like it. This is just an example of Avery labels. These are kind of fatter labels. I just took a little clip art as well of a little mixing bowl, and I left it blank because I want to put this with what I'm going to cook every day. Usually on Fridays is when I like to bake stuff. My husband works really long hours on the weekends, and I usually like to bake him cupcakes or stuff that he can take and share with the guys that he works with. So this way I could write down what I want to cook each week, so I kind of don't give him the same thing all the time, but also, again, if I'm looking at this, I'll kind of know what I'm going to pick up at the grocery store. And this was a little bit of a chopped up sheet. This was stuff I had made prior, and I had already used a bunch of labels. I was kind of filling in my gaps. But I loved the idea of doing like a countdown. I know for a fact we're going to the beach this year, so I just wanted to start 2 weeks out until the day that we go. I had a boo-boo and I had to reprint the last day over here. And we also go to Dragon Con that's in Atlanta every year, so I wanted to do another 2-week countdown for that with their logo. I wanted to do a 12-day of Christmas, and I didn't have enough labels. It started at 7, so I may get a fresh sheet and either redo it or just kind of try to get the rest of those on there. But I did want to go ahead and print them and have something to kind of go by since I was still kind of experimenting with what I want to do. So this is just a way of doing something yourself without having to necessarily purchase anything more than if you run out of ink or your either sticker or label paper, and it can go a long way depending on what you want to do. Now this next section are actually files that I got from the Facebook page, the We Love EC page, and one lady on there actually put every single month, this is designed for the vertical layout, which I don't have, but the sizes don't truly matter. There's a way that I can probably work them in. The only difference, though, is the horizontal colors, I believe, are a little different, but because I plan to be someone who uses a lot of stuff on there, I'll probably end up covering up most of the color scheme anyway. So when you think July, you kind of tend to think red, white, and blue, so I absolutely love these. And it's just basically, these are going to fit those vertical boxes. You have little flags if you want to use them. And there's also a secondary page for any kind of little details you want to put in. These little bubbles, most people kind of wonder what to do. I know they look like conversation bubbles, but you could pretty much do anything you want to do. Track something with them, or kind of flip them upright in the corner and just put a little memento or a time for your appointment or something. I mean, it's anything you really want to do. I did not print every single one because I didn't want to blow through that much ink and paper when you can only do a week at a time. But I did go ahead and print pretty much till the end of the year just because I loved some of these color schemes and I probably may not use them. Like this is the August spread, but I may or may not actually use it for the month of August. But I love the green and yellow. September has almost like a Mardi Gras look to it, or a New Orleans Saints kind of look. Kind of a purple gold. My printer started messing up, so I'll have to either redo it when I ever go to use this or just not use what messed up or something like that. Then, let's see, October's, of course, is very beautiful, very autumn looking, just kind of a brown and kind of a dandelion color there. November has kind of a aqua and brown color. And I skipped December. It was a very beautiful green and I think kind of a very pastel pink or something, but I wasn't really worried about that one right now. But I loved January's, oddly enough, because it's kind of this peach and mint color, and I may actually use this for a beach spread that I plan on doing. So that was one particular person, and you just look under the Facebook page, under the files, and you can search through. I mean, there is all kinds of stuff on there you can look through. That was my favorite as far as some of the kits go. Then there are actual, one lady also put a ton of little labels, and I fell in love with it. I mean, everything from every sport or activity your kid does to stuff that's a regular basis. I went ahead and printed. They're all very multicolored, which I love, and there was enough room to do hole punches. So what I'll do is I'll just probably cut sections at a time instead of sitting down one day and just cutting everything all at once. You know, it's only certain colors, so I may just work down one side and kind of work my way in so it'll just stay bounded. But this particular design has a little dog on a leash to keep track of when you walk your dog. This one is just kind of a scale and kind of a weight loss tracker. The one thing I love about life planners is it really does kind of motivate you, so I'm going to come up with a routine for myself each day, and I do want to actually start once a week keeping track of losing weight and that kind of stuff. This has a little spray bottle, like a little Windexy type bottle to keep track of when you're cleaning. And I found a little running shoe after I did this one, but it's a little person on a treadmill. But even though I'm not going to be using a treadmill, I'm actually going to be walking around my subdivision and the track and everything we have here. But I thought those were super cute. And those were just the few basics I wanted to start out with and that I wanted to show you guys to kind of get started if you wanted to do it yourself. The little bow that I originally had clipped on there, oops, just fell apart. Well, I need to use super glue and I'll show that in a different date. But the little paper clips are cute if you want to keep track at the top of your planner. You can actually also use just a little clip. You can take washi tape or something to kind of decorate it. This will come in handy for marking off where you're currently working. Some people like to get one of the fatter kind and bulk off what has already passed and start having the fresh pages for the future. So that's something as well that I think accessory-wise would come very much in handy for when you basically want to start keeping everything bound together really, really well. Now this is something that I've done for myself personally. You do not have to do this. This is just something that I was really kind of passionate about, I guess, to do. I want to do different themes for each week. Some are going to be more complicated than others, and again, nobody has to do this. I just kind of chose to write down. I actually picked 53 instead of 52, but that's fine. I'll probably end up shaving something off down the road. And I just put it in alphabetical order, but basically these are just all the different types of themes that I wouldn't mind trying to do. Of course, you have holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving. You're probably going to decorate that whole week with those kinds of colors, those kinds of, you know, themed stickers. But I also put different ones, movies that I like, or different animal ones, or like sugary sweet ones that are real cute. It's just something I want to keep tabs of, and I'll also probably actually type this. And when I do, I'm going to put a little S and W next to every theme for stickers and washi, and as I come across something I know I could use, I could just check it off to know that if I'm at the store, I'm not overly buying stuff that I'm probably never going to use or don't necessarily need, that kind of thing. So that way you're not overspending either. And kind of getting into that very specific thing about stickers and washi, if people are concerned about buying what they don't want, what they don't need, or just because it's on sale, or if they don't really have the money. My biggest thing is, especially places like Walmart, Dollar Tree, Target, you can find pretty inexpensive stickers. These are your typical little like 97-cent ones that you can find at Walmart. So like for instance, I have the 4th of July that's coming up, and then Shark Week is going to be the week after that, so I'll just kind of, that'll bug me. And you know, this is 2 weeks that I'm going to be doing. Of course, I've added a lot more stickers. I mean, well, not to Shark Week, but the 4th of July, I have like a sticker sheet and stuff like that that I'm going to be using. But this is just a simple way to have something for your theme that, okay, each of these were $1. And this doesn't go with either one of the themes, but this is just one of the washi tapes you can do. Washi tapes can be anywhere from, I've seen them for 79 cents up to, you know, I've seen $7 rolls. If a lot of people recommend never paying over $1, which is pretty true, unless every now and then you just want to treat yourself to a really pretty like $3 or $4 roll that you know you may use a lot, There's nothing wrong with that, but if you really don't want to just blow money on a lot of washi, the best recommendations is to get something pretty universal. This is just an example, but if you wanted just a plain red with like a geometric design in it, that would definitely come in handy, because anything you're going to use with red goes with the 4th of July. Red, you could kind of think of blood from Shark Week. Like, you can kind of use it more than once, and however much or little you want to do, will be how much you preserve it, how far it gets to go for you. So sometimes this particular one is the duct tape brand that Walmart carries. I think it's like $1.50, but it's got a pretty good bit. Sometimes you want to look at how long your roll is to kind of have an idea of if it's going to be worth it or not, pretty much. So that's a way to save on stickers. Start small. Start with like little dollar sheets, or especially my favorite ones are the packets that Dollar Tree and Michael's sell that have like mermaid themes or food themes. I showed those in my first haul. Those will last you a really long time. So that's a pretty cool thing to do. When it comes to pens, things that you're going to write in, these are two of my favorite ones. Now the Sharpie ones, you always have to like double check, because these are permanent markers. You don't want to use this on your paper because it is going to bleed through the other side. This will work really great if you want to write over a sticker, or over like washi tape or something like that. So those will come in handy to write on stickers. My favorite so far is the Papermate Flares, and you can find these pretty much with schools being around the corner. They're coming out with different, there's a tropical set I want to grab. This is your main core color set that Walmart carries it, and I've seen them at Office Depot recently. They're a little, it's like $18 to $15 to $18 depending where you get it. Right now, Office Depot had them for $10. It could be gone off the sale by now, I don't really know, but they're great pens to use for your paper that's not going to bleed through. And sorry this video is running a little long. I like to do my videos in like one good take. I really hate sitting there editing when I'm basically having a discussion with kind of what feels like friends. And I just hate sitting there and chopping a video all up and having it really skip a lot of information. I like just getting it all out there pretty much. But going on, just a few more objects I wanted to show you. A whiteout strip can always come in handy. This is going to be better if you make a mistake than, of course, using your liquid whiteout, because no one really likes liquid whiteout. It never looks really good. Get you some kind of double-sided tape for something like if you want to do a cutout. For instance, I have my little paper cutter and a sheet of paper. So if I wanted to cut out the little flag here and have my little design, I can put something on the back of it to adhere it so it'll be adhesive to the piece of paper in the planner. So that's another way to kind of save some corners if you don't want to buy sticker paper. Do something like that and just invest in something that's got double-sided tape that's going to let it stick to your planner. And one of my favorite things for going throughout the planner are little types of flags. You can find flags at dollar stores. Kits, of course, with school stuff around the corner, you're probably going to be able to find some cool stuff. You can get it as decorative and pretty as you want, or as basic as you want. I know most you can get white ones or neon ones. This comes in handy throughout your planner if you don't want to write in something that's 2 months from now, because you may not want to keep it that way because you might decorate it. This is a good way to put, dentist appointment and the time and slap it into the slot where it's going to be. So by the time you reach that week or month, you'll be able to remember that it's there, have it noted, but you're not going to permanently put it in your planner just yet. And so yeah, so this is pretty much everything that I wanted to go over for my kind of a Planner 101 video. And it's just a good start. It's a good way to learn how to save money and things that are pretty inexpensive, and kind of how you might could go about to do it yourself. So sorry it's almost a 20-minute video. I'm a thorough person, and I understand people usually have a lot of questions, and I try to cover everything I possibly can so people don't have to message me for questions. I don't mind if anyone does at all. It just kind of helps. I feel better knowing someone left satisfied than to sit there and go, well, she was pretty vague about it and didn't really explain. So I just want to cover every base I could possibly have. And thank you guys for stopping by. If you have an Etsy shop, or if you're on Instagram, or if you make Plan With Me videos, please put them down below. I'd love to check out everything, because I'm really just sucked into this world right now. And I'm really into always learning new things. And I hope you guys learn new things. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.